Highly disciplined people aren't special. They simply think differently when no one is watching. Most of us think discipline is about having superhuman willpower, but that's not true. It's not about forcing yourself through sheer grit. True, lasting discipline is a mental system. It's about building a set of habits that make the right choices almost automatic. Forget the cliches you've heard. Today, we're diving into 7 real psychological habits that set disciplined people apart from everyone else. These aren't just tips. They are fundamental shifts in how you think and act. By the end of this video, you'll have a practical blueprint to build the discipline you've always wanted. Let's start with the first, and perhaps most powerful, mental habit. 1. They design their environment for success. Highly disciplined people understand a simple truth. Discipline begins long before a choice ever has to be made. They don't rely on willpower to resist temptation. They simply remove the temptation altogether. Think about it. If you're trying to eat healthier, do you keep your pantry stocked with junk food and just hope you have the strength to say no? Or do you get it out of the house completely? Disciplined people are architects of their surroundings. They make the right behaviors easy and the wrong behaviors difficult. If you want to read more, you don't bury your book under a pile of clothes. You place it on your pillow. If you want to go to the gym in the morning, you lay out your workout clothes the night before. This isn't about being weak. It's about being smart. You're setting up a system where your environment works for you, not against you. You facilitate the correct contract with yourself by making the path of least resistance lead directly to your goals. 2. They act before they feel ready. Here is a secret that will change your life. You will almost never feel motivated to do the hard things. Undisciplined people wait for the feeling of motivation to strike before they start. The problem is, motivation is fickle. It comes and goes. Highly disciplined people know that action creates motivation, not the other way around. They don't let their emotions dictate their actions. They don't wait until they feel like working out, or writing that chapter, or making that sales call. They just start. They understand that the initial push is the hardest part. Once you take that first small step, momentum starts to build. The feeling of accomplishment from taking action is what fuels further action. It's a positive feedback loop, so the next time you're staring at a task and thinking, I just don't feel like it, remember this habit. Your feelings are irrelevant. Take one small action. Just start. You'll be amazed at how motivation shows up once you're already in motion. 3. They keep the promises they make to themselves. Think about your relationships with other people. If you consistently break your promises to a friend, what happens to their trust in you? It erodes, right? The same exact principle applies to the relationship you have with yourself. Every time you tell yourself you're going to do something, wake up early, finish a project, eat a healthy meal, and you don't follow through, you're breaking a promise to yourself. This slowly chips away at your self-confidence and on the flip side, extremely disciplined people treat promises to themselves with the same seriousness they would have promised to their most respected mentor. They understand that building self-discipline is a game of small wins. Every time you keep a small promise to yourself, you cast a vote for the person you want to become. You're building evidence that you are reliable, capable, and trustworthy. This creates a powerful foundation of self-confidence that makes tackling bigger challenges feel much more achievable. So, start small. Make a tiny promise to yourself today and keep it. Then do it again tomorrow. These small wins compound into unstoppable self-belief. 4. They detach from the need for instant gratification. We live in a world that's engineered for instant rewards. Want food? It's delivered in minutes. Want entertainment? It's a tap away. This has trained our brains to crave immediate pleasure and avoid any form of delay. Disciplined people have consciously trained their minds to operate on a different timeline. They are long-term thinkers. They understand that the most meaningful goals in life, building a business, getting in great shape, mastering a skill, require sacrificing short-term comfort for a much greater long-term reward. They've learned to find satisfaction in the process, not just the outcome. When faced with a choice between what feels good now and what will serve their future self, they consistently choose the future. This isn't about denial. It's about a strategic delay of gratification. They know that the pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret can last a lifetime. They've made peace with the fact that true success is a marathon, not a sprint, and they've trained their minds to enjoy the journey. 5. They measure progress not emotions. How do you know if you're making progress toward your goals? Most people answer based on how they feel. I feel like I'm doing well, or I don't feel like I'm getting anywhere. This is a recipe for disaster. Feelings are unreliable metrics. You can have a fantastic workout and feel sore and tired afterward, or have a super productive day of work and feel drained. Disciplined people don't rely on feelings. They rely on data. They track and measure what matters. If their goal is to lose weight, they track their calories and their weight on the scale. If their goal is to grow a business, they track key performance indicators. Data is objective. It tells you the truth, whether you like it or not. This clarity is crucial because it cuts through the emotional noise and shows you exactly where you stand. When you see the numbers moving in the right direction, it provides real, tangible motivation. And when you see they're not, it gives you the information you need to adjust your strategy. Stop asking yourself, how do I feel about my progress? And start asking, what does the data say? 6. They accept boredom as part of the process. This might be the most underrated habit of all. We are conditioned to believe that the path to success should be exciting and constantly stimulating. The reality is that mastery in any field involves a tremendous amount of repetition and, frankly, boredom. The initial excitement of starting something new always fades. What's left is the daily, unglamorous work. This is the point where most people quit. They mistake boredom for a sign that they're on the wrong path. They start chasing the next new, exciting thing, and the cycle repeats. Highly disciplined people understand that boredom is not a signal to stop. It's a gatekeeper. It's the price of admission to true skill and success. They don't run from it. They lean into it. They find a quiet satisfaction in the repetition, in the subtle improvements that only come from thousands of hours of focused practice. They know that greatness is forged in these quiet, unexciting moments. While others are seeking constant novelty, disciplined people are putting in the reps. They've made peace with boredom, and in doing so, they've unlocked the door to elite performance. And finally, habit number 7. They don't negotiate with their own excuses. We all have that voice in our head. The one that says, you're too tired. You can start tomorrow. Just this one time won't hurt. Undisciplined people enter into a debate with this voice. They negotiate. They try to reason with their own excuses. And 9 times out of 10, the excuses win. Why? Because that part of your brain is designed to seek comfort and avoid effort. It's an expert negotiator. Highly disciplined people have a strict no-negotiation policy. When the alarm goes off, they don't debate whether or not to get up. They just get up. When it's time to work on their goal, they don't listen to the part of them that wants to procrastinate. They've already made the decision. This isn't about being a robot. It's about conserving mental energy. Every negotiation you have with yourself drains your willpower. By making a decision once and sticking to it, you eliminate that mental strain. You treat your commitments as non-negotiable appointments. The decision is already made. The only thing left to do is execute. So there you have it. The 7 mental habits of the extremely disciplined. They design their environment, act before they feel ready, keep promises to themselves, delay gratification, measure their progress, embrace boredom, and refuse to negotiate with excuses. Discipline isn't a personality trait you're born with. It is a skill. It is a system of thinking that anyone can learn and practice. Start with just one of these habits. Practice it until it becomes second nature, and then add another. Remember, he who controls the mind controls the behavior, and the person who controls their behavior can shape their own destiny. Thanks for watching, and if you found this valuable, make sure to subscribe for more content to help you build a better life. See you in the next one.